You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. From the AfterBuzz studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Project Runway. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Project Runway news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Project Runway.
Yay! I was like, "Hey, what's our music today?"
Ain't it good? Ain't it right?
Ain't it for the
I thought I'd throw it back to the 70's for this.
Music playing.
Can we get some Diana Ross?
You want some Diana Ross? Well, that'll be for our special
We'll
segment.
save that for the special segment. Okay, wait, who is this? Should I know this? Because I don't know it.
I don't even think he knows who it is.
I don't know who this is.
This is a bunch of 70's love songs. It's a compilation.
Oh. All right, well, you know, they're doing their thing. All right.
And for $19.99, 2 payments,
Hey.
you can get...
Hey,
All right.
you know, those are always on television. I'm like, ooh, I wish I could get that.
And then I'm like,
that one.
wait, I could just download it.
I could, but my auntie has all of them. Like, she has the 60s, the 70s, like all of them like posted up on her house. So it's kind of awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Project Runway AfterBuzz TV. We're on season 9, episode 10. So 70s was the theme of this episode.
Clever name.
I know, right? And as you can see, it is just me, the Fro, and DJ Jesse in the booth, who you cannot see. And just because you cannot see him does not mean he just has a voice for radio. He has a face for film and television, but he likes to be in the booth. So he's going to join me and converse about all the drama of this episode. And as normal this week, we always have a little fun theme, something that's kind of going on and whatnot.
I was excited for it when you sent me.
I know. I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I should give a shout out to like all the people that were supposed to be here tonight. Kind of like in the 70s, everybody kind of got on their own stuff and faded away for various reasons. Carolyn, what's up? Hope you're checking us out. She's in Chicago right now. She might be watching, said she would try to call in if she's watching. So hopefully, maybe, who knows. She's enjoying Chicago, sent me a beautiful picture of Lake Michigan and made me miss Chicago so much. I was like, oh, I should move back. Just kidding. It snows and it's going to be cold in like 2 weeks there. And who else was supposed to be here? Miss Christina Beatty.
What happened?
I don't know what happened, but she is having a rough day and says she needed a day. So I just said, okay, I will miss you. Let
Christina's
me know if
a
you need
trooper,
anything.
so
she's
if
always
not
here.
here,
That's
yeah.
why I was worried. So you should call us, girl, so we know you're all right. I hope everything is cool. And to the 4 other hoes that were supposed to be here today, I'm not even going to mention your names. We'll deal with y'all next week, because there were supposed to be multiple replacements. But nonetheless, we are here. We are always ready and able to talk about fashion and wonderful things. And as usual, I was inspired this week because I knew what the episode was about, but also because I got this.
Ooh.
It's been over a week now, but last week I brought in the new In Style, so then I figured I should follow that by the new Vogue.
Now that's Marilyn Monroe.
That would be Michelle Williams as Marilyn Monroe, because she's doing the movie A Week with Marilyn. And I passed the newsstand, and because I hadn't gotten mine yet, and I was like, "Oh my God, where's my magazine? There's Marilyn Monroe on the cover. Like they're doing a throwback.
Wait,
like what's
before
going
we do
on?"
that, I actually have a really special segment for us.
Oh, we got something coming up right now.
I know we don't have a lot of hosts in tonight.
No,
but
we don't.
I have one of my faves
Really?
on the phone. Her name is DJ Behar.
Oh,
my
snap.
doll, my diva, my goddess.
Oh, snap.
That was a lovely intro. Thank you.
How are you, Deidre?
Yay. Her name is Deidre.
That's me. How are you guys?
We are doing very well, darling. How are you?
I'm watching right now from my house. And Courtney, you look absolutely fabulous. I'm loving the pink coat t-shirt.
Thank you. Thank
Of course.
Doing our
Can you
throwback.
guys hear me properly? I'm getting an echo on my phone. Sorry.
No, you sound
You sound fine.
lovely.
Okay.
Now, Deidre, you have a little inside scoop for us.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. We like scoops.
I was flickering on Facebook, and
Flicker.
I see Deidre with no one other but Heidi Klum. As I'm watching Project Runway, I'm like, what?
Oh, so I'm like, I need to pull up Facebook right now.
Stop
I want
the
to
phone.
see. Are you a Facebook friend of mine? I don't even know.
I am, obviously.
All right, let me find.
I'm gonna pull the pictures up on the actual TV.
Oh, sweet. I forgot we got all high tech. I don't have to use my little phone.
But
with this little
Deidre,
stand.
please, please.
What's going on? What was up with
Yeah.
that?
Okay, so basically, it wasn't ever supposed to be me. My boss was going to cover it, but something came up, and she asked me last minute if I could do it. And obviously, Heidi Klum interview op. I'm never going to turn that down.
Yes.
So basically, Heidi's got, well, she has 2 fragrances in Germany only already, but she is releasing her very first worldwide perfume. So it's going to be available here in the States, and it's called Shine. And let me just tell you, like, I'm usually like a really harsh critic of all these scents and all these people who think that they know how to make fragrances and whatnot, but legitimately, Heidi Klum makes a quality product.
Awesome.
I sprayed it, and then I walked through, it was at the Mondrian, I walked through the hotel lobby, and 2 different occasions I got compliments on what I was wearing.
Wow.
So she put a lot of hard work into it, and she told us that, her biggest inspiration behind the scent was sensuality. So she was really drawing from, the amazing relationship that she has with Seal and just, her femininity, being a woman. And it's very, very light. It's something that you can wear during the day, but it's also sexy enough to be worn out at night. And she was so sweet. She gave all the reporters that were there a free bottle. So I walked out of there with some swagger, which was nice.
That's awesome. Very nice.
But what else did she talk about? She just is the sweetest, most down-to-earth woman. Like, she took 10 minutes with every reporter, and that's, like, unheard of. You usually get, okay, minute, wrap it up, two more questions, then you're done. She's the kind of woman who literally sat down with us at the Mondrian out by the pool and just had at it with us and let us ask as many questions as we wanted, and we talked about her personal life. She told us her favorite restaurant in L.A., which is Via Veneto. Have you guys been there?
I haven't. Now I have to go because I love Heidi and everything that she does.
Yeah, apparently their ravioli there is to die for. And I was like, Heidi, let's be real. You don't eat ravioli, girlfriend. And she was just like, no, oh my gosh. She's like, of course, I indulge from time to time. But she did tell us that, she's obviously very meticulous about her workout routine and the things that she eats. But she and Seal do enjoy indulging on their occasional date night.
Oh, I love it.
What else did she tell us? We did ask if she would ever be interested in doing a like a unisex fragrance like Chloe and Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that nothing's really in the works, but you never know with Seal. They're always collaborating and thinking and brainstorming. So I would totally rock some unisex Heidi Klum Seal perfume.
I would too. I love them. I feel like they still have hot love-in relations all the time. So I want to be like them
really
when I grow
do.
up.
And to that point, one of the reporters that was there said to her, does Seal prefer you en natural, or does he prefer you when you have on Shine, the new perfume? And she goes, I think he prefers me after you know what. And she gave a little winky face. And, she's just very tongue-in-cheek, but I think, she's not lying. I think they still have a very spicy relationship, and it shows. She just radiates positivity and happiness, when she talks to you. So
that's why she's always glowing. Pregnant, not pregnant, always glowing.
And, we did ask her, because I literally said to her, I was like, your complexion is unlike any I've ever seen before. She's like, I drive 45 minutes and I go to the valley and I have this facialist at this random spa. And somebody else said to her, oh, can you tell us the name of the spa so we can, mention it? And she goes, I don't even know the name of it. It's literally in the middle of the valley. This woman is Russian and she's very meticulous about the way that she pokes my face. But she's like, I've been going to her for years. So
Amazing.
That was her little beauty tip that she shared with us.
Well, I like that. Little nuggets of wisdom.
Yes, always.
This...
She was just amazing. Everything that you would think and more.
She seems like one of the most literally one of the most down-to-earth people. Even watching her on a show, she makes her little comments, but everything she says is so realistic. She's never out of pocket with the comments she makes. And I totally believe she doesn't know where she's going. She probably just found some little hole in the wall. She
She's
seems
like,
like
let me try it, and I'll try it. And she's a regular girl. I like it. I like it a lot.
Absolutely. The way that we did the interview was Heidi sat down, and it was sort of like a round table where we all went around asking questions. And somebody actually did ask a Project Runway related question that I'll share with you guys. The reporter basically said something to the effect of, you know, what are your thoughts on some of the designers who have won in the past who maybe aren't receiving the recognition that they thought they would get? Which I kind of agreed with, because I don't follow the show. I only really know who Christian Siriano is, and I assume there's been, 9 winners in the past?
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't really know who many of them are other than Christian Siriano. But she just said, I have this in front of me, so I'm reading it verbatim. She goes, I think the fashion industry has been very supportive. We have major designers that come on the show like Roberto Cavalli, Francesco from Calvin Klein, Diane von Furstenberg, I can keep going rattling off. But they support us, and there's major actresses and singers that really support us. I don't think that they're against the designers. I definitely think that coming out of anything and winning is being so big in that moment. Everyone thinks that they're going to be so big after that. You have to work on that, and I think that Christian is one of the few that's managed to stay out there. It's even hard for big designers to stay alive, especially in our world today, when people don't want to spend too much money anymore. And I think everything is disposable in terms of clothes. Any store right now is knocking off the major designers. And for true designers, and I think Christian is one of them, he spends a lot of time, like on the dress that I wore to the Emmys. That was a proper couture sewn dress that takes hours and hours. I'm truly a huge fan of his.
Oh, yes. We all love Christian Siriano. And
I mean,
she's totally
did you die
right.
for the dress that he made her at the Emmys? Because I thought it was phenomenal.
Die for everything she wears, and I love that. Even when it's like kind of off, because she kind of can do some wild stuff sometimes, and you're kind of like, Heidi, where are you going? But it's always, she keeps it interesting, and she just has the sweetest smile and spirit about her. Like, she could put on a garbage bag, and then she's also like 8 feet tall and beautiful. So, you know,
completely.
Just like whatever.
But you know, I think that, I don't know, there's something to be said about Christian Siriano and what he's achieved. And, you know, I saw he just did a big presentation at Fashion Week, last week, and he's still obviously designing for Heidi and really, really big celebrities. So good for him.
And I think her point is taken. Like, they definitely throughout the years have had the support seemingly of the fashion industry with all the celebrities that come up through the show and all the designers that have come through the show. But in the end, it's who's going to work for it and really put the money where their mouth is when it's all over. So just winning doesn't do it for you.
100%. The last thing that I'll ramble on about before, you know, I let you guys get back to your show. One of the reporters did ask what her thoughts were going to be on the new Nicole Richie, Jessica Simpson sort of knockoff show.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, and she's just like, you know, in Germany, they've done a German version of the show, but it didn't necessarily work. Ultimately, she thinks that if they put out something that's good and something that people are going to enjoy, then that's great. She has no bad feelings towards it. And she also thinks that it's flattering because it keeps Project Runway on their toes to always be coming up with new things that people are going to like, brainstorming new challenges and new things that they can bring to the table. So
look at her.
Very diplomatic.
High road. Very diplomatic, high road lady all the way.
All the way.
Classy, classy, classy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Deja, for that huge
tidbit
of
exclusive.
Heidi Klum exclusive right there.
And we see your hot pictures from hanging out with Heidi on the big screen right now.
My friend who works for OK Weekly, she's so cute. She has an iPhone, and she snapped that when I was in the middle of talking to her. So I'm glad that you guys enjoy them.
Well, Deidre, I'm giving you a
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
And I'm giving you a huge
special.
congratulations for awesome interview and awesome to sharing it with us, because you didn't have to do that.
Thank you. My story, though, the big exclusive that I got with Heidi, will be up on FoxNews.com tomorrow. And as a little teaser, Heidi answered the question, would she ever attempt Broadway?
Ooh.
So go ahead and check FoxNews.com tomorrow when the story's up, and you'll see her answer. I mean, don't you think she'd be so badass, like singing and dancing across the stage?
I think she would be my happier version of Gwyneth. Not that I'm hating on Gwyneth at all. I'm not hating on Gwyneth. I think it was great that she made that leap and did fairly well, but I feel like she'd be like the looser version of that, and it would be kind of awesome.
Yeah, Heidi just doesn't take herself seriously, and I really appreciate that.
Exactly.
So,
Love
have a good rest of your show, guys.
Well,
Thank
before
you,
we let
Deidre.
you go, I want to ask you one question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I want to include you in our little show, because our show obviously was about the throwback to the 70s that they did for the designers. And I want to know from you, is there a style or a trend or anything that is a throwback trend that is either in right now that you are in love with, or something you really would like to see come back from any era?
Okay,
fashion-wise.
If you look back at my Facebook photos of Deidre in college, it's very, very easy to see that I was obsessed with the 80s. Any excuse to put on a neon leotard, I'm there. Sign me up.
Leotard
neon green,
specifically.
Neon pink, American Apparel was my crack in college. Like, I'm not kidding you. Neon bangles, I mean, it's not necessarily trendy. It's just because I don't really follow the trends. I more so just dress to please myself. I just like bright things and happy things, and if I'm going out at night, I definitely want to throw on a bright color, not necessarily a leotard, but I do love me some neon green or a fun orange or something of the sort.
All right. Well, if you see the neon green cruising around Sunset interviewing famous people, it is probably her name is Deidre. Thank you so much for calling in.
Love you guys. Have a good rest
Love
of your show.
you. Thank you.
too. That's foxnews.com tomorrow by Deidre Behar.
I know. Everybody check it out.
Exclusive on Heidi potentially doing
Broadway. How amazing would that be?
I mean, AfterBuzz field trip over to New York. Like,
no,
front row,
so there.
signs in the audience.
So there.
We need the exclusive.
So there.
We need it.
So there.
I'll work on that. Have a good night, you guys. Love you both.
Thank
too.
you.
Bye,
Good night.
Bye.
Love her.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm kind of jealous. I want to hang out with Heidi Klum.
Can you imagine?
I would probably be. That's why I couldn't do it, because I'd be like, oh, there's only a few people that would really make me be like, oh, God, I love you. And
Right.
she's one of them. She's one of them.
It would. I probably wouldn't ask any of the questions that needed to be asked of her.
I would
be like, so what do you like? I would want to hang out with her.
That's the thing. Like, I just want to hang out. Like, I don't want to have to question
I
about
wanna
your life. I want
laugh
to
and-
chat.
Yeah.
I want to just hang and have drinks and see like what comes up, because I think amazing things would come out of
I
her.
want to get to know you.
I just want to know who you are. I want to be friends. She's a friend in my head, as Wendy Williams likes to say. I have a few of those, and she's one of them. Because she's so smart and fun and nice and gorgeous and all the things that I want to grow up to be when I grow up.
Courtney, you are. All
I'm
those
working on it. I'm trying to
things.
get
You
there.
are. Ladies and gentlemen, don't listen to this girl.
I'm
She's
growing.
just as amazing as Heidi
I'm
Klum.
growing. Yay. Thank you, Jesse. You're so sweet. So I guess we should get back on topic. So
PR, Project Runway.
Project Runway, throwback to the 70s. Well, I want to know, wait, hold up. What is your trend that you are like in love with or want to see come back, or what makes you excited
Well,
from the past?
so, I mean, as far as the past, it's kind of, I could go really crazy.
Just
But-
whatever. It can be crazy.
all right, there are some things like
Wow.
one, I would love some adult LA Gear, like light up sneakers.
You said LA Gear. Oh my God.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I want like a 1992 LA
Oh my
Gear
God.
swoosh jacket.
Too much. I had some LA Gear sneakers that were white, and my shoestrings, and it was trimmed with pink and silver. And then
Fresh.
my shoestrings were silver, sparkly, and pink.
Fresh.
I thought they were so amazing.
Yes.
I'm so mad you said LA Gear.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
like
it.
bringing it back. But like
I
what
love it.
I'm not rocking that, but the trend that I am rocking, and I'm kind of mad because like I felt like the trucker hats had kind of fallen off.
Yeah,
So
a
I
little
started
bit.
rocking snapbacks. Now all of a sudden everyone's rocking snapbacks, and I'm like, what? Why?
Why? You thought you were special.
I did.
You
I
thought you were
really-
doing it different.
I did. So I got my little snapbacks. And also I love the varsity jackets.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. They're kind of nice. Kind of nice.
And you got to rock it the right way.
Yeah.
I hate going out there and seeing people just throwing it on.
Throwing it on like it's nothing.
Save it.
Like, it's a trend. It's a moment. And
Yes.
and it needs to be treated as such, because it's one of those things. It's not like your regular, like, I don't know, down jacket or something.
Mm-mm.
It's something special, and it should be treated as such.
Like Courtney's heels.
I know, which I'm not wearing today. Oh my God, I had two problems today. Like I was gonna wear, I was like, I want shoes. And then I was like, ooh, I have these Pumas that would be great because I'm trying to do like sporty 70s look to go with the theme of the episode. I got my Coca-Cola vintage shirt. I couldn't find my sneakers. And then I had some rainbow platforms.
Ooh.
And I was like, because they're like red and yellow and blue. I was like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. And I couldn't find them. I need a real closet. I don't have a real closet. I have a fake, cheap, horrible, old, two-doored closet. I need like a real closet because stuff is like in the back and I have to dig boxes out.
We're gonna have to get you the shoe organizer.
I just need somewhere to put it. Like I don't have anywhere to put it. Like I need a cabinet that I can like put around my room to like put the shoes so I can see them and whatever. They're all boxed up now and I keep it as organized as I can, but it's rough because I have to share closet space. That's why I need my own house. Without my partner. But anyway, I still love him. The trend I would like to see come back actually is not really something specific. I just kind of want to see us, as much as I love comfort and jeans and like all that, and I don't want that to go away, I kind of would like to see us be a little more formal society again. Like back in the 40s when they would like go and put gloves and hats on to go out, like even if it's not like something super special like you're going to a show specifically, but people just their dress was a lot more formal back in the day, and they had hats. And I want to wear gloves.
I want to actually put a stamp on that.
Stamp of approval from DJ Jesse J.
One of the first times I ever hung out with Courtney was to a premiere of a very prestige movie.
Ah, yes. Do you remember the name of that movie? We should shout it out.
Rat Scratch Fever.
Rat Scratch Fever. I didn't remember. It's an amazing movie. You guys should find it somewhere.
Somehow.
We don't exactly know how, but I'm sure you can Google it and find it somewhere. Randall Malone was the star, or a star.
No, the star.
The star? The star of this film. You should check it out.
But that was one of the first nights I got to hang out with you, and Courtney was rocking... You were rocking this exact look he just gave me. You had your little hat on, your pullover hat, you had your gloves, you had your it was like almost a poncho.
It was a swing jacket.
There we go.
It was a swing jacket, yes.
I felt very 1940s. I felt like I was going to a silent movie.
Yeah, well, because we were going to a silent movie theater, so I needed that's like a theme. Like I want to put effort into thought like that. So
me and Courtney were the only ones dressed up.
I know. Everybody else like look like schleps from college campuses. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm all about comfort, and I believe that America and the whole jeans and comfort thing, like that's a part of our culture, and I think we should keep it. But it's just kind of nice, like to do it up a little bit more some of the time and think about it a little bit more. And I feel like if they made hats, like people wore hats more, like maybe I'd find more in my size. Because I have a big head. And
I'm going to take you to a hat store out here that I found. It's amazing.
Hats are troublesome for me. But anywho, that's how we're feeling. And that's what we would like to see come back or continue to.
What would you guys
fade.
like?
You guys should
send us a tweet, call us 424-256-1729.
You got it. 1729. I always remember that. 424-1729. I don't know why I can't remember the first three ever. 256-1729. Let us know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it today. We'll talk about it next week because we will be back next week. But before that, we want to talk about this week's episode, and we're going to jump right on in it. And what we kind of usually do is just sort of roll through what happened in the workroom a little bit and then jump right into the runway because that's all we care about anyway, is what the final product was. All right, so we had a little bit of drama behind the scenes this week. Biggest drama being, I guess, Anya lost her money. So the whole point of this project was that they were supposed to create a sophisticated 70s look that is not vintage, not retro, but very 2011.
Did they all hear that? I think they need to write it down.
Well, I think it's too challenging. Not too challenging. I think it's very challenging to sort of, because especially something like the 70s, like it's such a clear, like distinct period. Like when somebody says 70s, you can definitely think specifically about what that was. And I think it's hard for people to leap out of that.
I think a lot of people also confuse the 60s for the 70s.
They do. But there was a little overlap. And I think they sort of spoke to that with one of the looks. I think it was Anthony's look, that it was sort of like early 70s. Because like early 70s and then late 70s was very different because going into the 80s was a crazy world. But for such creative people, I do think that very few of them actually achieve the goal of the challenge.
Well, now I want to ask you a question because I'm kind of going to skip to the end of the episode as far as a quote, but first of all, this is the first time I ever like really sat down and watched a full episode of this.
Yes.
I have never met Joshua before tonight.
Do you love him?
Absolutely not. If anybody could get under mine, I'm a very calm person. I don't.
He gets under your skin.
It takes a lot to get under my skin.
Really? And Joshua does it to you.
Just from the looks that he gives, the like little catty attitude.
He's very, very catty.
And just like they said tonight, you live in your bubble and that's not reality. But like, okay, at the end, you know, he made this comment being defensive saying, oh, they expect me to know the 70s.
Yeah.
I was born in the 80s. What?
So was I, boo.
Me too.
I know the 70s.
Victor too. And I like that Victor stood up and said, yeah, but you know, I mean, Victor said it in a more prestige way in the fact of like, oh, I've seen these movies.
Yeah, he did it very elitist sort of. And Kim tried to,
you know,
smooth it out a little bit.
Which she did. I just thought Joshua was out of pocket with that.
He's out of pocket quite often. I mean, he's definitely been the like source of drama in a few episodes now. He's the queen that's like always yelling for no reason and like just being rude to people. So I would venture to say that there is reason that we got the outcome that we got that we'll talk about shortly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But this show, does it always seem like I'm going to use this term here in Project Runway. We use it, the Real World and Jersey Shore. In most reality shows, we use this term called dick in the soup. It's basically when the producer wants to put his spin on something, he puts his dick in the soup. Yeah. I mean, literally watching this episode, I could predict what was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched every season except one. I think season 6 I didn't watch. Mm-hmm. And I feel like for the most part, they have been true to what's actually occurring. Right. But there's definitely, especially in the like last portion, I guess, of the seasons that we've had, it seems to be more, it's kind of like, you know, back in the day when Real World first started, it seemed like it was one thing, and now it's kind of become a formula and they make it work all the time. So I think it's just sort of the cycle of reality competition television, and, you know, it's kind of disappointing. But
now, would you hide your wad of money in your breasts?
Well, I was like, that's a good idea, boo, if you have breasts and you're wearing a bra.
Exactly.
But she had no pockets, so I get it. Like, that wasn't because if she was holding it, that's more of a chance that she'd sit it down or like lose it trying to pull fabric. So I know she was trying, but girl, get a rubber band and strap it to your arm or something. I don't know. But she didn't even, because she wasn't wearing a bra, I don't think, based on that dress. And she's not that heavily endowed, so it's not like they can get lost in some folds. You can't like flip it up and stick it under there. Like, I don't know. It wasn't a good idea. But the camera, it's kind of bogus because then, you know, a cameraman had to see her lose it, you think?
And as she's walking down the stairs, it's
he
like
had
literally
them,
like...
and they're about to come out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I guess they can't interfere. That's the whole point. But needless to say, she had to go back to the room and make it work with muslin.
Wait, before that, she had no money.
She had no money. She got $11 from Anthony. Yes.
Now, which apparently I found out was kind of shady with the people I watched it with. They said, ooh, that's shady. Because last week, she was giving fabric away and being very kind-hearted.
Yes, but they also only had $100 this week. And if you spent all, like, the reality is that I think it's fair that you get what you want to get. And if there's something left over, you give it. And they gave her, like, they would give her fabric back in the room later when they had, like, extra stuff. Like, they gave her fabric. But what I didn't like was Victor's attitude about it.
I didn't hear.
Victor was like, sorry, it's a competition.
Yeah,
I'm not going to help her. And I was like, really? Because for me, I understand competition, and I understand on some level you can't be friends. But at the same time, I also understand karma. And the bottom line is I personally want to win because I'm the best, not because somebody else was handicapped. Like, and I guess maybe that doesn't matter because in the end you win. But in his case, and I feel like that colored what happened at the end of the episode also.
Totally agree.
So I think that it was unfortunate that that was his attitude, because he's sort of been the like good guy coming along that we've kind of been rooting for. He's been like my number 4. He wasn't my top 3, but he had been my number 4, and I didn't like that at all. I was like, I'm done with you. But then Joshua in the workroom can't get an idea on his own.
So does he do this often? Does he steal?
He's done it
he pulls from other
before.
people?
But I hate to say that because I don't want to, because it hasn't seemed like it's been something constantly happening.
Well, let's not say steal. Let's say pull.
Pull, inspired by,
Yeah,
that type of thing. But I think it's interesting in a moment. The reason it's problematic to me is because it's in a moment where he's not thinking of anything on his own. Right. It's not like he like had this great idea and then he goes, ooh, that would be awesome if I added that to this. Like he was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then he's like fondling his pit, like, ooh, maybe I'll, okay. So that made it look shady, but that could be editing. Who knows?
Right.
But anyway, that was the workroom. They all did it. And one shout out we have to give to Bert, because we like have to give Bert a shout out every week. When
this was his challenge, I felt. He was like...
when his Groucho is under control and he's not grumpy butt, he's a funny dude and he makes his little jokes, and he and Laura were having their little bonding moment. So he picked up those gold platforms and I was like, oh my God, what is this boy about to do? I was like, oh God, I'm scared. But nonetheless, they all pulled off some outfits, and let's just get on into the runway.
Oh God.
So we were gonna run down just as they came out. We started out.
Oh wait. Wait. There was one quote that I wrote down.
Oh, he's got a quote. What do we have?
Oh, so the girls apparently made a bond.
Oh, that's right. They made a pact to tell each other if something sucks.
There's so much shade going on in this little workroom. The girls made a pact saying if they saw someone,
one of them doing
something the wrong way, they would make a comment about it. Now Laura,
they would be honest about it.
Yeah.
Honest. Okay.
Well, they were not honest because Laura was. That was like catastrophe.
Well.
No. Okay. Well, we'll talk about the
we'll talk about catastrophe. But I think that I was wondering, I guess, with their pact, was it if asked, then you'd be honest?
Okay.
Or, because I kind of agreed with what Anya said when she was talking to Laura. She's like, well, if she believes in it and we come up to her now saying like, that's not going to work, that's bad, we are throwing her off. Because in the end, like if it's creative juices, like you got to let her flow, and maybe her flow is actually going to come up with something that you didn't see, but she saw. So I wonder, I agree with the pact if you're asked your opinion and you want to be honest about it. But I don't think you should just be volunteering it in a creative process, because everybody's is different and everybody's brain is working differently. So I don't know. See,
because I was wondering, because the way Laura made it seem was like as if they were supposed to like just literally come in and say like, girl, you shouldn't do that.
Like, you shouldn't
and
do
I
that.
took Anya saying that like,
is she being shady?
Girl, because I understand you only had $11 and you have to use the
like,
muslin.
I got to get myself up as high as possible. Let her make that raggedy outfit.
That's where I was going with it. Like, ooh, girl, what are you doing?
I tried to look at, my goal was.
That was good. You looked at it positively.
I tried to look at it positively.
Watched it with you.
But I was trying also because I was so glad that the women aren't being catty and obnoxious, which is so often the case with these competitions with the women. Like, I was so glad, like, even if the pact was a bad idea, because it's kind of tough in a competition situation to do that. Like, I would like to believe that their goal was, if we're being asked, we're not going to lie to you and say it's amazing when we think it's not. And that doesn't mean that our opinion is the end all be all, but we're going to be honest with each other. So let's hope that that's where they went. Girl power.
All right, to the runway.
To the runway. All right. So we had first out on the runway was Miss Kimberly's outfits. And she had a circle belly top that was like a blue printed thing that was showing a little midriff with a pencil skirt. And then she did this vested jumper that was like gray, sort of suiting, but it was a jumper.
Well, I mean,
what'd you think?
Like, first of all, why would you put something so tight, like a pencil skirt, with? I understand, like, it's kind of, I like the off the shoulder stuff, but like this was like off the elbows. I don't know how it was even staying on her. It was like she just cut like a ring of fabric. It was like, girl, put this on.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get how it was built.
So the belly top thing. Like,
what did you think of the actual fabric? Because they were hating on it.
They were hating on it, but I mean, I thought it just kind of looked like a mall. Yeah. Like, it wasn't exciting, but it wasn't awful. Like, it just looked like a mall shirt. But I was confused. Like, okay, the 70s inspiration, 70s sophistication, because that was her first look. It was supposed to be 70s sophisticated. And remember, her inspiration was her mom as a secretary.
That is a shame.
Where did that, I don't know where that came from. It wasn't god awful, but it looked
was
like
messy.
something some little teenage girl would wear to the mall with some flip-flops, trying to be cute.
Yeah, it was just too floppy, like
I didn't get it.
all over the place. And the jumper was blah.
I like the idea of the jumper
I like the
a
idea.
lot, but she definitely ran out of time because she was trying to sew it on the girl at the end, and that was funny that Tim was having to kick all these people out of the freaking sewing room like 2 minutes before they're supposed to be on the runway. But I just, color-wise, I wish there needed to be something else that was like popping on that.
Maybe an accessory or something, but it was just...
Yeah. Maybe if she had like done the vest back like in a different fabric. I don't know. Either way, it was mediocrity at its best. And I'm not entirely sure it was really 70s inspired.
No.
So, oh well, Kim. And of course, that would be why you were safe, because you were in the middle. It wasn't god awful, but Lord knows it wasn't inspired either.
Like, girl, you need a break.
Yeah, I guess. All right. So then we moved down. Next was Mr. Anthony Ryan, and he had this like black and white vest. Hold on, I was trying to write down everything that it was.
This is I give you guys props, like being able to like really like write in detail. They go through this quickly, and we're taking notes, just like we're the we could be the judges on Project Runway. Okay, not me. I was pausing, like I would have been like, "Go,
like,
stop,
rewind, hold on,
stop,
what color?
turn around."
But yeah. So Anthony Ryan had this black and white vest, then this weird like printed tank top with strange hemlines, and then he had a like orangey burnt brown, like I don't even know what color that was, like mini skirt that was maybe leather. I'm not sure. And then he did a big dress with a big old belt. And I was confused.
Wait, you're gonna hate me because I'm gonna go right back. I'm gonna go back to Kim for a second.
Okay, what?
Why would you put a purse that is bright as orange and that hangs all the way down to your kneecaps?
She was trying to like give the throwback with the color palette.
Okay, so anyways, Anthony, you know what? Looking at the two styles he did, I actually prefer, if I was to, I'd preferred the first one over the second one, because coming out here to California, hanging around in Silver Lake, I feel like I would see, I think he needed like glasses and a hat with it, like a big floppy hat.
He was trying to be hipster.
It got very hipster from it. I didn't like it, but...
Yeah. I actually went for the big sack dress, but that's just because I'm a girl, and there are times in the month where I would prefer to wear a sack with a belt, and it's printed. But I did agree with the judges when somebody said it's sort of like too hippie. It was very like early 70s granola, like
they look like boring girls that were part of a cult.
Oh, dude, the hippie sister wives was the comment that I was dying.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
that is so true. Oh my God, so true. And the girls look dirty and...
In the maxi dress, I agreed. It would have been nice if it had sleeves on it.
Yeah, but then it had weird... it was just weird. Anthony...
Very Stevie Nicks.
Anthony Ryan, you were so amazing in the beginning, and God knows what happened to you. I have no idea. But then we have Bert. King of the 70s. And boy, did he show it.
Mm-hmm.
Laura was hating on his roller Barbie look. I'm still hating on it a little bit because I almost wish, you know what I wish it was?
What's that?
I wish that it was, if it could have been the one shoulder, that was fine. But you know the dresses, I mean, essentially it's a maxi dress, but it has the elastic waistband and then a just long flowy skirt. I think I would have been good. It looked like a bathing suit wrap.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote. I liked the outfit, but that wrap was just, it was too much.
He didn't need the shorts at all. It should have just been a dress.
Oh, that would have been cute.
It should have just been a dress. It was a...
Heidi liked the shorts, though. Because she likes those like little booty shorts. Yeah,
I don't mind the shorts. I just don't think it made any sense.
Yeah.
With the flowy chiffon, it was like metallic chiffon, and then were the shorts leather, pleather, like spandex? Like I don't know what fabric that was. It was weird, and they were hecka short, but they weren't short like sexy. Like they could have been like booty shorts, like
almost
poom poom
bunched
shorts.
up a little bit on her.
Yeah,
it looked
because
weird.
it was almost like they were supposed to be tailored shorts. But if they had just been like, like poom poom shorts that go under like cheerleader uniforms, like then I would have been like, okay, well, all right. That he was just going for like super sexy,
Right.
like almost like underwear. But I didn't get it. But I did like the fabric, and I did like from neck up. It was gorgeous. And then he did the very plain, what was that, like cream and gold little tank dress with a belt.
They said it was like the jersey material.
A jersey material.
It was very simple. Had like the belt to add, add a little.
I love the
spice
belt
to it.
detail.
Yeah, I did.
And it walked down the runway very nicely. It was simple, but it was very serene and nice. And obviously, Piper Lime liked it too, because Little Miss guest host Olivia Palermo.
I agree with.
I just don't even know what to say about that. I mean, hey, I'm not mad. Get it, girl. You got a career. Does she work for Piper Lime? Did I miss that? I think I missed that part. I guess she works for Piper Lime now. I don't know. She was just very mean to Whitney, and I just can't get over it. The City. Yes, I used to watch The City. Yes, Whitney Port.
I was gonna say she was mean tonight.
Well,
I forget
but
what
she's
comment she
very-
made, but it was just like
She's
you didn't
very
have to do
ice
it.
queen.
Yes.
And
Very
she's
swan
very like Upper East Side, like snotty rich girl, and that energy just pervades her entire being. Like there doesn't seem to be kindness in her soul anywhere. So even though she was being just matter of fact, it just came across very Olivia. And I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. So whatever. But she was there. Get it on, girl. Get paid. Do what you got to do. So anyway.
Speaking of not being a fan, Laura.
Oh, Laura. Oh, Laura.
Like that's like a moment of silence. But then I was honestly worried, like, because
I love that we're both like.
no, is she colorblind? I don't know. I would think that would be amazing.
I have no idea.
Amazing if she is, and she could do that.
But
like what?
I have no idea what she was doing. I have no idea what she was doing.
And boldly said to the judges, "I would wear that. Absolutely."
Not those two patterns.
Absolutely.
The chevron
Absolutely.
and that printed, and then they were saying at the end in the judges that was actually some kind of crazy leopard print on acid.
Yeah.
I was like,
no. The acid print leopard was Joshua's.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Because I thought they were talking about Laura.
No.
Because I thought those were both the same fabric at one
did
point,
too.
and I was dying. Either way, it was the most confusing. And she even said, like, when what's his face? Oh my God, I just make it work, dude. Why can't I think of your name? Tim. When he came into the room and he was like, remember, Nina's always kind of looking out for your taste.
Right.
Like, I almost feel like she took that and thought it meant that she needed to like change it up and make it crazy. Because she's usually fairly subdued.
No, she already had that outfit planned. She was working on the second outfit when Tim said
But like
that.
both those patterns?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I just...
the second one was better than the first one. The first one was just really, first of all, the colors, second of all, the pattern.
The patterns were awful.
And not even that, but those like stripes, that's not 70s. That's to me, that's like Pat Benatar 80s.
It was pretty bad. I can't explain it based on her history. Like, it doesn't even make sense with her history. The second outfit kind of does. But that first one, I don't know what she was doing. And then the second one, it was just a snooze because in the end, they're right. Like, you put that online, nobody's going to look at that and be like, wow.
Way too saggy.
It was saggy. It was a bland color. It was just not going to work.
Well, and so she did, after Tim made that comment, you notice she changed the top. Because the top was originally going to be a cream.
That's right.
Do you think she should have kept the cream?
I think she should have
Over
thrown
that gray,
that
that's
entire
just-
thing away. But I mean, I don't know. I think she just had a brain fart moment, and it was just too much. Maybe this was her week to be like overwhelmed by life and confused,
And they noticed that.
and she just like broke and like went in all directions and threw up on her stuff, and that's what she came up with, and it was a bad idea, but she was safe, so thank goodness for her. Then after her, we had
Hot mess number 2.
Oshawa. Jersey Josh Boo, I have no idea what you were doing at all.
I do. I'm actually
What
gonna.
was he doing?
I'm gonna speak.
Explain it to me.
I am, because the person I watched it with. First of all, I watched with somebody, and they were like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I was like, "What?" Now, then as the episode went on, please explain what that was. First of all, I don't. Well, he had plaid white pants on.
They weren't even. Yeah.
With leopard shoes.
Yes.
A red
Yes.
I don't even know.
It was supposed to be a tuxedo shirt.
All right, but there is somebody who could design that and wear that and make it work. Probably wouldn't have wore the leopard shoes though.
No, the leopard shoes
Gwen Stefani.
were a disaster. I agreed. That's what I thought when I saw the pants.
She would have tailored the top.
I agree.
The top was not tailored well.
And it was, I was like, okay, the pants, print-wise, could work as something interesting. And with some bad rockin', I would have stuck with black crazy shoes, like amazing shoes, but like black. And then I like the idea that he threw red at the top with some black accents, but it was like a flowy, billowy, like, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, he didn't tailor it well.
I have no idea. And it's fine if he wanted to go, to me, it was fine with the billowy direction, because if the pants had been tailored well. Because if your butt looks good and it's super tight and nice and you got some bad shoes, bad isn't good. And then you have like a rockin' like flowier shirt, I could feel that if it's like tucked in and you got high-waisted pants or something.
Exactly,
like it could work. You had a direction. But either way, where was the 70s in that?
No. Yeah, no. That was very Gwen Stefani. As soon as I look at it, that's exactly what I said.
It's like punk rocker / pop mix. Like, I don't even know.
Like maybe you took your father's shirt from the 70s and
But it wouldn't have been that
did
color.
it. Yeah, no. It would have been much duller.
Oh, honey, I don't know what you were doing. And then that dress. Oh, I think we shouldn't even talk about the dress.
Actually, I didn't even write.
You shouldn't, because we shouldn't talk about it. I wrote sweetheart neckline, hot mess. Was this supposed to be a maxi dress?
He said, I feel my piece. And like, talk shit in front of everybody. I feel.
Mine was finished.
Like, I take a lot of time.
You could sell this right now. To who, boo?
Every girl would want to wear this. What?
Did you see how that model's behind looked in those pants?
You just lost that girl jobs.
Not cool, boo. Not cool. Not cool at all. Hot mess. Let's skip him and that ugly dress and move on to Anya.
Favorite.
She gets a standing ovation. I would stand up right now, but my leg is kind of asleep. And because even though they hated on her muslin coral top that she dyed, I thought it was fine.
Me too.
I thought it was fine.
Chewed gum, like I used to.
I was like, that's harsh.
It went really nicely with the pants.
Yes, and she was bothered by the length of the pants. They were a little bit short, but I thought the pants were great.
They made it work.
I thought it was great.
I loved the little belt. She added the color to the top.
Amazing. She's really amazing. And that freaking jumper, oh my God. If I didn't have breast, I would go on Piperlime and buy it right now because I bet it's up this week.
Yep.
For that very reason. I loved it. I love a jumpsuit. She knows what's on trend. She knows that throwback. She knows prints. She's one of the people that uses prints very, very well. And that was gorgeous. And I like how Heidi said, like, it's so simple, but it's still like a statement when you walk in the room.
Both of those, even the $11.50. She made that first outfit for $11.50.
Girl, you inspire me. I'm gonna go home and play with some old tank tops.
Like, are you kidding me? And you didn't know how to sew but the thing
I think
about
the whole sew thing got played up by the producers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because here's the thing with that outfit, and what's the other judge's name? The female one.
Heidi. Oh, Nina Garcia.
Nina. You know, even Nina said it. She was like, the thing about the first outfit is it's so simple, and all you did was add that pattern to the pants.
Yep.
So simple. And I loved it. Oh, I really loved both of those outfits.
And it was definitely a hat tip to the 70s. Mm-hmm. The sophisticated 70s. Got the wide, billowy pants. Like, we got it. But it was still very modern and very now. I don't know that it was what's next.
No.
I think it was very now. But it was now in an amazing way. So she did her thing. Get it, girl. Go, Anya. Then we had Victor. I don't know why they like that t-shirt so much. Everybody liked the t-shirt.
I didn't really like the t-shirt, but when she took the jacket off with that outfit, it worked.
That's true.
And that's what they're going for. Does it work?
But
yes.
But that's the thing, and it looks, and I think in the end, he didn't win. Ha ha. Stank attitude. I think that it worked, but it was kind of a snooze. Like,
But
it
it's
was kind
kind
of
of-
gray and
Yeah, but think about it. It was like that snake skin, and that's very 70s, but also like the fit of it with the pants could be. I mean, people wearing crazy shit nowadays.
yeah,
Could be what's next
maybe.
in that sense. But he really screwed up with me for that jacket. Exactly what they said. It was not tailored for a woman.
See, and I looked at it though, and I thought I love it.
I did, but I just think it should have been taken in just
Taken
a
a
little.
little bit. I guess it could have been narrow.
But that little bit really stood out.
It did. Well, for me, the color palette was all wrong. Like, it was fine for like boring, I'm going to work girl,
Yeah, yep.
but it was not enough because they said it still has to be fashion. Like, I feel like that's like I can go to Macy's.
And there's like 50 of those jackets in a row.
Yes, with
Yeah.
like the Jersey Python print T-shirt. I wasn't impressed. So, but I mean, he did a good job, and the fact that he did so many pieces in such a short amount of time
Right.
was pretty amazing. And but the wrap dress, I wasn't a fan of. It was a
And
weird.
I wasn't a fan,
hemline.
but it was chic.
And they didn't even really talk about it very
No.
much. So I think they were more like, oh, you did a jacket, good job, blah blah blah. What I love though about the whole thing is that when Anya won, Victor gave her a real stinker. He was like, again, Trick. Ha ha, karma's a biatch. You're more worried about making sure somebody stays handicapped than just playing the game and being gracious.
Yep.
And for that reason, your goodness did not come through, and Anya's did, because she was giving the last time, and it came back 100-fold to her.
We're sorry.
In addition to winning, Anya gets her stuff sold on Piperlime, the jumpsuit, and go Bert. Even though he didn't win, they wanted his dress. Bert is making a come up.
But yeah, Bert, that
When he's focused, he can do things.
because I hear you guys, not really loving him.
I mean, he's been all over the place. Like, his first
it
outfit.
was very chic, like J. Crew. I can picture
Yes.
J. Crew in the 70s.
Yes. And when he said Ally McGraw, I was like, that is exactly what I would see. And it's amazing because the first challenge, he did great. And then he fell off the boat a couple times, and then he got back on, and then he fell off the boat again, and then he got back on. So he's sort of inconsistent, but consistently entertaining, as were all of these people except Anthony, which is why he got cut.
Wait. I think that was ridiculous.
You do?
Yes, I think Joshua should have been cut. Now, the only reason I think Joshua was saved is because he adds a drama to the show.
Yes, I probably agree on some level. But one thing they occasionally award or reward
What they
is
said tonight.
a risk.
Yep.
And it was crazy, and it didn't quite work out, but it was a risk. Anthony, not really a risk.
but
Kind of confusing.
does he do confusing pieces weekly, or was this like
Well,
his
that's
first
the
bad
thing.
piece? or-
No, it definitely wasn't his first bad piece. He's
Okay.
had a few bad weeks. He hasn't been. I think he's been in the bottom one other time.
Okay.
But in the first 3 episodes, I think he was phenomenal, and then he fell off, and he's sort of been plateaued in the bottom. Not great, but not the worst for a while. So I kind of feel like it was such a snooze this time that they were like, if there was no producer intervention, which probably on some level there was, because in the end, Anthony's was snoozy and his personality is snoozy.
Right.
Josh obviously is not a snoozy personality. So that in that regard, maybe the producers had something to do with it. But at the same time, he did not take a risk. And they also sometimes want someone who's going to bring flair to the final 3, like at Fashion Week. Like the dude, Chris March, who now has his own show on
Yes.
Bravo. He had some moments of problems, but they kind of gave him the chance because they kept saying there's just something about what he would bring to a show that could be amazing. And I can remember them saying that a couple times. So maybe they're hoping that his inability to edit will actually serve him when he is doing his full-on collection.
When he's selling clothes off the runway.
But I don't know this week. But he's done some beautiful things, which is why this can't be the indication of all of it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
nonetheless, he is annoying. And I was sitting there like, okay, Josh is definitely going home this time. And then the thought came to my head, oh my God, he took a risk. They're going to keep him. And of course, they said Anthony, my love, who had cancer and survived it and is so awesome and sweet. And I think he's adorable. And now he's gone. And he was on my top 3. So I've lost 2 of my top 3 2 weeks in a row. So that's fine. But that's because I'm loyal and I stuck to them even when they started to fall off. So anyway, the last one I got running is Anya, but we'll deal with that in predictions. So that is the episode.
And we're actually not going to go to a commercial break.
Oh, we're not.
We're going to go straight into your little.
Awesome. What do we have? Hottie of the week? What we got? Let me get my notes up here because I'm all new age and whatnot, and I keep my notes on my phone.
We got Hot Chick of the Week.
Hot Chickies of the Week.
But I guess it's Hot Chicks of the Week?
Well, okay, we're going to kind of talk about this. And I'm kind of sad that my boy Alberti is not here because he was going to be a part of this discussion. But so basically our reveal is that we're going to talk about the Charlie's Angels of today. I don't know how many of you are inundated with the television the way that I am right now, but all the new shows are on. The new Charlie's Angels is being one of them. These are the 3 ladies that are a part of the show. Gosh, I love this music. It reminds me of summers at my grandma's house in the 80s and early 90s. And we would watch this in reruns all the time. I love Charlie's Angels. I was so excited when they were going to remake it, even though I was scared it was going to be horrible, which so far it kind of is.
Yeah.
But it's only been 1 episode. I got my DVR set for tonight. Hopefully it'll get better. But I wanted to be the Black Angel. But of course, I couldn't because Annie Elonze got it. And in this shot, we're going to start with Annie, who's on the end. She's wearing this, like, it's actually orange with a belt, one shoulder, mini. She's got a great body. She looks good. Her makeup looks good. Minka Kelly is actually wearing, oh my God, I have the notes on her outfit.
I love that coral color on that skin tone.
I know. She just looks so beautiful. And I actually really hated Minka's outfit at first because I feel like she's way hotter than that outfit because they're on press tour.
It's kind of a little.
And it's kind of like, are you like, mom, teacher, what are you doing? But she's in Etro. And when I saw it she's photographed in Vogue, it actually looks better because I can see the print a little bit better. But I still think she could have hottened it up. And this Rachel chick, I'm kind of feeling her. I didn't know much about her before, but I'm bored with this white dress and the bad hair right now. So I see them on press tour.
Yeah, the hair's crazy.
I was like, well, her hair's always kind of crazy, and it kind of works for me, except this time, because it just looks a mess. And dude, the new Bosley, whose name I totally forgot to write down.
That is Bosley?
That's the new Bosley. He's a cutie pie, and it's kind of interesting that they chose to cast him, and he's like youthful and fun. So anyway, this is them on press tour. I thought they looked okay.
Yeah, not the
Nobody is amazing. I think Annie wins in this fight because she picked the right color. She's got great hair and great makeup. But we'll continue the conversation with the next picture. Bosley's a cutie pie, but he could have done more because he's hotter. Okay, so then we get this picture, guys.
This is their promo.
This is like one of the promos, not the all white one, but this is like the Charlie's Angel pose. Like I'm expecting to see like
I want epic.
Fierce, like amazing, epic. And like fashion now and the money that they have to put into this show. Like, I'm sorry, this fell completely flat.
Definitely.
All of their hemlines are way too long. The only one that's pushing it is Rachel Taylor on the end in a jumpsuit, and but I personally think it's the wrong color for her.
Agreed.
And I'm like, what are we doing, Charlie's Angels? You guys are supposed to be like the fashion icons on television right now, and you're failing me miserably. So then we go to the next shot, which is actually the same outfits, because this was a screenshot from the episode, the first episode that aired.
Not the same outfits.
Yes, this is why we're going to talk about it.
Oh, go ahead.
Annie is not wearing the same outfit. The red dress and the jumpsuit are the same. She is wearing, and you can't see it on the bottom, but it is like fiercely short, fringe, sparkly mini.
That's what she should have had in the
Thank you.
promo.
And they all should have been more jazzed up like that dress. Who is dressing you guys? Do it. These women are way too beautiful and way too hot to be like
Destiny's Child's via 2004 pulled Charlie's Angels off better than this.
I agree. And they had prints and flowy things, and it was
Beyonce's
still
mom.
Fiercely sexy. And we know Tina Knowles be doing extra.
But yeah.
We know she be doing extra.
She knows the 70s.
I vote for her only because she knows costuming. Like, that's not stuff we should be wearing most of the times it made us look at them, and that's what's important. But these angels, I'm dying, and I want more. So I think they're hot because they're hot ladies and they got fierce jobs that I want. But I need more. So I'm giving you a shout out because I think you're amazing, but I want more. Please do better because we need more. They could be, do you know what we could get from this?
Well, even with the script, I mean, I want to get into something totally different. But
I know.
I just think it should have gone deeper than where it went.
I'm hoping with time, but I don't know if they're going to have enough time because I think people are going to tune it out real quick. Nonetheless, Charlie's Angels will always be hot chicks to me, and it's funny because I didn't send you the picture of the 90s version because obviously this is throwback week. So we got to throw it back to the original Angels. Who, I'm sorry, I think this picture is hilariously amazing because they all have big, perfect hair. The outfits kind of like don't make sense because Kate Jackson is wearing like riding pants and riding boots.
Yeah.
And then Jacqueline Smith is like in a bikini and Farrah's in this like all white short jumpsuit. But it's just so perfect.
It fits their characters.
Because it's who their personalities were. Yeah. And it's still signature to them. Like, I feel like that picture that we got with our new Angels, they're wearing dresses like I would wear to a cocktail party. Like, that's something I would wear. Like, that's something I can find. Like, I want to see them in stuff that I can't get to. Like, that I'm like, oh, where did you get that?
And even these are kind of simple. But
they're
it's
simple,
like,
but you look at them and I love them. Like, I want that energy.
Like, she makes me be like, you know what? I want a plaid shirt.
For real. And you're like, I'm like, I want that waistline. Dang, girl. And then I want to be badass enough to stand up in my bikini next to two chicks that have clothes on and be like, what? Thank you. I'm hot and I'm an angel. So I think that as a part of Throwback Week, we all just need to recognize that if we gonna bite off the past, we need to do it right. And right now, we're not always doing that. So like, take a little look, absorb, as Tim told them to do, and make it 2011. Because we're doing it a lot. We're doing it in fashion, we're doing it in television, we're doing it all over the place. And we're not always succeeding. So, but we can, because we're all creative minds.
Exactly.
And I want to see the fashion on Charlie's Angels. So we will do a check back in, hopefully by the end of Project Runway season, if Charlie's Angels is still on. We'll check back in and see if they've made a come up at all or done a little bit better. And can I just say that this is like my favorite song ever. And like, I'm the one brown girl in the world that wished, like, I think that I was born to be able to sing and I cannot sing. Like, I was supposed to be Donna Summer. Anyway, so I'm gonna start crying and singing really horribly in a minute and doing spins in a circle.
That would be amazing, actually.
All by myself in the AfterBuzz TV studio. So baby, let's dance. I need somebody to dance with. Cause you wanna like,
let's dance.
Let's dance. 70s. This is the best song ever. This is just the best song ever.
It really is.
I like want to be sparkly and like spinning around.
With a disco ball and just, literally
and just
non-stop
fun.
spinning.
Just
Let it
in a
just
circle.
going on my face.
Like all over the place because it's the best thing ever. And some big, like overly sequined amazingness. Anyway, speaking of which, that sparkly fringe dress that Annie had on in the screenshot from Charlie's Angels made me think of my sparkly pink fringe Elizabeth Taylor jacket that I showed last week that I want to buy at her auction that I obviously can't and won't be able to. So anybody out there, if there's anybody listening that wants to be my sugar daddy or mama for the day and wants to give me that jacket, I'd wear it every single day.
On AfterBuzz with a name tag saying your name.
If you, yes. Oh my God. I would have that. You would see me walking down the street. It could be 90 degrees and I would be like, oh, but this is my Elizabeth Taylor jacket. I ain't never taking it off. Ever. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the 70s. The life I was leading in another life at some point in time. I almost don't want to go to the other segment.
Well, we can keep the music going.
I just kind of feel like we should just sit here and listen to music for the rest of the thing and then close it out. See, and I don't want to be encouraged to sing because then I'll start singing because I really want to and I feel it and I shouldn't. She's just so good. And she had this big hair. I love big hair. I love that we're having such a vanity moment.
It really is. People are like,
like, I thought this was an after show. Aren't you guys supposed to like continue?
We're going back.
Oh,
Back in the day.
it's the throwback day. I feel like we need some kind of like swirl light in the studio.
I've been talking about this actually since you've done the game. I've wanted
yes.
a button where I could press and a disco ball
comes down.
The
We
lights
need the disco ball
then,
and the change in the lights. That would be so amazing. You guys
coming next season.
listening
guys.
to us need to tweet AfterBuzz TV. Get the disco ball.
Yes.
Get the disco ball. Maybe we need a collection plate.
Like church.
Exactly, like pass around a plate, y'all. We working on our disco ball because we want a good one.
Right, we don't want one.
We don't want one of them paper mache
Party
ones that somebody
Express.
made. We want good sparkles and good shimmer. Oh, I love it. Let's dance to that. And you know who else I'm in love with? The Bee Gees.
Bee Gees are fun.
Oh, I like listen to my 70's on 7 on satellite radio, and it makes me so happy. They play a lot of the Carpenters. I wish they would play more Bee Gees, but I love the Bee Gees. I love it all. I just wanted to like do my head. Because the reality of the 70's, a lot of it was kind of ugly because it was a lot of brown.
It really was, but it was just a fun.
It just seems like it was a fun time.
It really does.
It probably
And then
wasn't all
going
that
into
fun.
the 80s.
Going into the 80s. When did it all fall apart? Has it fallen apart?
LA Gear.
LA Gear ended it all.
Lisa Frank.
That was the end. Oh my God, I had Lisa Frank. Oh my God, they were ballet slippers. I had the best Lisa Frank notebook ever. And can I just say that when I moved in like 7th grade, we didn't have email then, so we wrote letters. So my friends wrote me letters, and I kept them all in my Lisa Frank notebook that's still at my mom's house. Does that make me old? Oh
No
my
one's
God.
judging.
Nobody's judging. Nobody's judging. This is hilarious because normally we do another segment
Called Where Are They Now?
called Where Are They Now? I would like to know where these people are now. I can't sing. I can sing in choir though. I'm not tone deaf.
You can sing with other people.
Yeah, I can sing with other people. I can sing with a piano when they give me notes.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I sound a hot mess. Unless I'm singing Beyonce, then I'm amazing.
Now,
Because on the inside, I'm Beyonce.
you sent me for Where Are They Now these pictures, right?
Yes, of these amazingly hot people.
Is this a man or a woman?
Oh my God, I was wondering if you would say that. She totally dyed her hair blonde and looks very, very draggish right here. But that's Gretchen Jones, literally last season. That was season 8. And it's funny because the whole conversation about what are the producers are in the mix and what's really going on, nobody wanted her to win. There was
Really?
lots of like backlash about her winning, that it should have been Mondo, who's actually going to do Project Runway All-Stars. But she won, and she presented her collection, and what you kind of see is kind of the crap that she does. And it's funny because Michael Kors calls her the prairie lady of the 70's.
I was going to say, it's very 70s.
It's very 70's. It's very prairie girl. She's from, I believe, New Mexico or Arizona. I can't find my notes right now because my phone locked. And but all of her looks were very like Native American prints like throughout the thing, and she was inspired a lot by Native American stuff and those sort of textiles. And the shapes, like those shorts on the end are like
Yep.
V-shaped shorts.
It works, though.
I don't know how I feel. I think I
On-
love her outfit.
Yeah.
And I love her jewelry. She does design her own jewelry. I think it's GretchenJones.com. And I love the jewelry. And I love some pieces, but some of it, like this over here, is looking real sister wife like.
It's like a jean. For everyone listening, it's like a long jean vest.
Yes, long jean
Is that
vest.
is that
with
a dress? or-
It's a dress
I don't know.
with a vest or a vest glued to it. I'm not sure. But then there's like is that a tie-dye print maxi
Dress?
skirt
Yeah.
with a black? Like, I'm confused.
But
But she showed at Fashion Week. So she's making something of her life and her creative soul. So we have to only give her props for that. And the second guy we were talking about was actually the season 8 second runner-up. So he came in 3rd place. And he is an adorable Hawaiian boy named Andy South. And he was like super young. He like straight went to Runway after high school or something. I think he was like 20 or something when he did Runway. Oh, yes. I wonder how their voices, like, were their voices like that? Or was that, like, technically done?
No, I think that's really.
They
how
really
sing.
sounded like that?
I would love to hear an interview. Of
Like, I
them.
want to see them live. Like, I feel like I've heard them talk, and their voices aren't that.
Yeah,
know.
but they can sing.
Like, it's very mouse-like. Like, can you imagine? How do they get a record deal? Like, you go in, you're like, I can sing like Mickey Mouse.
I feel like they should have
like
played
Mickey Mouse.
70s music while they were creating the fashion for this
Maybe
show.
it would have helped.
I think it would.
It would have given them energy. It is true that it is a quiet workroom, and I don't know all creative people, but most creative people I know work with music.
I need music.
Yeah, and music changes your
Think
how
about it.
everything's working up there.
Play that Donna Summer song in there.
And I become a different person.
But I'm just saying, even in there, they would have had like flowing disco dresses.
It would have inspired it. Movements. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so that's Andy South. He's cool because he's cool. He came up with some awesome stuff though during his season, even though his final collection was kind of whack.
Wait, and so what's he doing now?
Right now, he has a collection at Neiman Marcus that just came out spring 2011. And the reason I picked him this week also is because I thought it was awesome. I was reading about his work ethic and things, and he was talking about how, because I think his family is originally from Vietnam or South Korea, I don't remember, but he's very conscious of work conditions for the workers in the factories that do like the samples and things and actually produce the clothes. He went to China where his samples and where his clothing was being produced to make sure that the factory workers' standards were up to his what he believes is fair working conditions.
Much respect.
And he said, you know, he hears a lot from people, especially in the industry, like, oh, you know, countries are different and people are different and like it's different to work over there. So they're fine with it. Like we should be fine with it. And he's like, no, people are people. His quote was, people are people. And if I don't want to be treated like that, I don't think that other people should be treated like that. And I thought that was awesome.
That's amazing.
And he was like, even if it costs a little bit more, then that's just going to cut into my profit and I'm okay with it. Go him. He's like the Chipotle man. For those of y'all that don't know, the dude that founded Chipotle was like, you know what? I'm okay with my profits being cut a little bit if I'm actually getting a healthier product to my customer.
Chick-fil-A.
Amen. On
don't
that
work on Sundays.
note.
All right.
Yeah, they don't work on Sundays, but wasn't that because they were Christians and it started in the South? Because everything in the South was closed. I remember growing up, everything was closed on Sunday, or it was closed by noon. Or it didn't open till noon because a lot of people be in church in the morning. I think that's how it worked. But yeah.
My mom needs to move down south. She'd love it.
Amen. Yes, my parents are going to Savannah this weekend for their 34th wedding anniversary.
34. Ooh, they catching up to mine.
I'm kind of jealous. I want to go to Savannah. I decided I'm buying a plantation in Savannah for those of y'all that don't know. And I don't know why I'm talking in this accent or why I'm continuing to talk about absolutely nothing that has anything to do with Project Runway.
Well, you know what? Versus going into the predictions music, let's keep our 70s going.
Yes, no predictions music.
And now,
We're just going to keep
your
vibing.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I predict that we might have some other chicks in the studio next week. Oh! What do you predict?
I predict Anya's winning this.
I don't know, man. Okay, okay, Jesse, for next week, you need to go online and look at the collections that were presented at Fashion Week. Because we've already seen what was presented at Fashion Week. We just don't know who the top 3 are because they allowed 8 people to complete collections so that they wouldn't mess up the outcome. So I want you to look at those collections. I'll send you the link and we're going to talk about it next week because I don't want to influence you. I'm not going to say anything else about it. We'll just have you look at it. I love Anya. I would love for Anya to win. She's my last person on my list, so that's my prediction. She is possibly my taker, and I'm going to stick to it because I am a loyal fan.
And I'm going to be loyal with you.
All right.
She amazed me tonight.
She's awesome.
She has a cool style. Oh, little gossip
hot.
about her.
Little gossip? What?
Do you know anything about her past?
I don't know anything about her except
No news. I'm not going to declare this as news. I'm going to declare it as gossip.
because we don't know.
Rumor has it, before she did Project Runway, she has some porn out there. Rumor has it. From a source close to her.
Really?
Rumor has it.
Well, I mean,
Not to judge anybody, but just thought I'd put some gossip
I'm
out.
not judging, but I always feel like porn is sort of like hooking. It's like, why do you ever need to go there.
Girl, you can make a dress for $11.50. You do
You
not
don't need to be in porn. And I get, like, because even if, like, that's your thing, like, you're into, like, filming it, like, just film it. You ain't got to
yourself.
sell it to the masses. Like, let's not sell it. Let's hang on to that. I hope that's not true. But then again, maybe it'll give her some kind of, like, buzz.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to come out or something like that because it was brought to my attention.
Interesting.
And I didn't ask.
And I do less work about gossip because I kind of steered this show away from gossip just because we can kind of talk about what's happened to all these people of the past and whatnot. But something to be looking at and keeping our eye out.
You know, I wasn't going to bring it up, but
hope it's better than Kim's video. Ooh, did I say that? I'm only saying that because I finally looked at it like a while ago. But whatever. We won't talk about that. That has absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing at all.
Can't wait for next week.
In conclusion, this has been Project Runway, episode, 10? So 70's, season 9. We only got a few more episodes to go because we're down to 6, guys. So Jesse is doing the like toe tap / Holy Ghost dance in the booth. That's what we call that.
I hope you guys are jamming at home
Call
too.
it the Holy Ghost dance. He is doing all kinds of moves. And he is shaking his hand like he got a tambourine. And until next week, we'll be back with more fashion and more runway. Take care.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
I got into it. I didn't hit the button fast.
Oops.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.